Some of the more recent misconceptions that I keep hearing are things are going to pick up and go back to normal in third or fourth quarter. And I could tell you that that's not true. You'll see a shift and you'll see an increase in hiring, but that doesn't mean that you're going to see the market return from what we once knew.
The idea of job security is outdated as a landline. If you haven't been in a search for a while, it's probable you will at some point, by choice or not. Most executives admit to staying way too long or sense what's coming and justify staying anyway. There's another reason. The faulty belief that navigating to what's next will inevitably be worse and has to suck. Screw that. Loren has spent a lifetime in corporate and executive search, calling bullshit on stale career advice that most still use. This is Career Blast in a Half, the career podcast for executives ready to cut past outdated career advice to fuel your outcomes now. So let's go.
You may be thinking to yourself, I can't wait for the hiring market to go back to normal, whatever normal is. But the spoiler alert here is it's not going to. And I'm going to share some stats with you that may surprise you, but they're just stats. And in this episode, I'm going to walk you through what to do with them. So for executives over 40, the question isn't what's happening. The question is how to use that information to move forward inside of the new rules of hiring. Some of the more recent misconceptions that I keep hearing are things are going to pick up and go back to normal in third or fourth quarter. And I could tell you that that's not true. You'll see a shift and you'll see an increase in hiring, but that doesn't mean that you're going to see the market return to what we once knew. The second myth is, you know what? I'll just keep doing what I'm doing and keep applying and over relying on recruiters, and eventually something will land. Well, that is not true, because when I share with you how executives have been found even through past periods of uncertainty, like 2008, like the pandemic, and like now, it never happened in that pre-industrial way. It happened in the ways that I'm about to share with you. And the third myth is that somehow this is just a small blip on the screen, a slow period or cycle, and not a seismic shift. So let's get out of that trap, because this isn't a temporary lull or some kind of random thing. This is a structural change. And so much of this, of course, is coming from the advent and the usage of AI. And what that means is that the requirements for today and the technology, it's not an acceleration that's automatically going to go into reverse drive. It's not going to. It's only moving forward from here. And that shifts employers' expectations. So what you want to know is it's not going back. So let's move forward. All right. The first thing I want to get to is these 3 R's of career rewiring. The first R are relationships. Hidden job market opportunities account for easily 75 to 85% of the roles that you're looking for. And that means that they're found through networking. It also means that those networking opportunities earn you referrals that convert 9 times better, meaning the chances of you landing through a referral are 9 times higher. But before you go out and start asking everybody for referrals, what I need you to understand is that networking shouldn't be about the access. It should be about building trust first. You have to remember that not everybody is able to make those referrals for you, especially if you are developing a newer network or you're reinvigorating a network that may have been dormant for a long period of time. I am blowing the lid off of our best kept secret, our 30-day blast program. Yeah, you heard it. 30 days. We have seen so much success for this program that past clients have landed in that 30 days and increased their compensation 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, over 100%. Now, not everybody lands and earns that much in 30 days, but my point is it prepares you. And in 30 days, if you're not out of there with a changed mindset and changed, clear and simple ways to be able to navigate the market this year, then we'll gladly refund your misery and you can go back to applying now. Check out the link below for the next 30-day blast, and we would love to have you there because we live for your success, and that's what's really important. See you then. The second R is that hiring is slower. And it also means that decision makers are more selective. And when they're more selective, everybody wants to know, what can you do for me lately? And where are they going to find that out? Not on your resume, on a digital first platform like LinkedIn. So when you are talking on LinkedIn and when you are sharing your relevance, the most important thing to remember is not just what you did, but what you're doing now and how that's relevant for the future of that industry or that company. So I want to know specifically how this matters to me now, not how it mattered to me then. The next career reskilling R is reskilling. I want you to remember, just like the way that I'm about to share with you, one of the case studies that we have from our clients is just because you have a lot of equity and experience in that industry, you need to be augmenting and reskilling it, because how you may have known digital marketing or, being a CFO before, it's different now. So agility is your new baseline. One and done, that kind of knowledge, it will just reinforce that you are not relevant and that you are not reskilling. So here's the example that I wanted to share with you. We have a CHRO in one of our programs, and she is amazing. And she's been in that industry for decades. But coming back into the marketplace felt scary for her. She didn't know what those new tools were. She really didn't even have much of a LinkedIn presence. I mean, it was old. It was, in fact, archaic. So we made sure that not only was it updated and quote unquote market ready, but also it allowed her to reposition herself as somebody who is relevant by virtue of all of her work in understanding how AI is addressing her industry of HR. And that helped her to start reinvigorating her network. And pretty soon thereafter, a lot of decision makers started engaging with her content. And then she was invited to give a talk on AI in HR. And then a CEO reached out to her. So all of these things happened in the string and the course of the events of her being able to access and also apply these 3 R's of career rewiring: relationships, relevance, and reskilling. So where does this leave us now? I mean, let's just get to the dollars and cents of it. The cost of waiting, 3 months of lost comp, that could be $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. And probably some other considerations that haven't even crossed your mind, which is the miss of whatever impact is going to take place as you ramp for that new role before 2026 planning starts. Also consider the ROI of adapting early to get that insider access, to be able to win with shorter search cycles and more negotiation leverage. Don't let waiting for normal cost you the role that was never posted in the first place. Let's roll up your sleeves and let's get going. So next week, I'll be back to talk to you about some other relationship first and value first outreach strategies that don't feel like icky or awkward or fake. Also, make sure that you click that link below for my free ebook called Turn Age into Your Advantage. And lastly, if you like this episode, please go ahead and put together an Apple Podcast review. We would just love that. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.